Welcome to the 75th anniversary celebration of Redesdale Garden Estate. Tonight, we come together not only to mark a remarkable milestone, but also to honor the generations of residents, families, and friends who have shaped this community into what it is today. 75 years ago, Redesdale became a place where people could put down roots, grow together, and create lasting memories. Over the decades, that vision has flourished into a vibrant, welcoming estate that continues to thrive with warmth, care, and community spirit. As we celebrate this special occasion, let us take a moment to look back on the development of Redesdale and the Residents Association. The turning of the first sod in March 1949 marked a significant point in the development of the estate. This was part of a post-war movement towards suburban development and the expansion of residential areas around Dublin. The first home was built and opened in July 1949 by local government minister Michael Keyes. By February 1950, 100 homes were completed and a number of new owners moved in. Terraced houses cost a total of £1,800, made up of a deposit of £150, a £275 government grant, and a loan of £1,375. Ground rent at the time was £10. Semi-detached houses cost £1,875 and the same grant, while ground rent was £12 and 10 shillings. 75 years ago on Saturday, the 10th of June, 1950, the very first meeting of Redesdale Residents Association took place in the home of Mr. O'Connor, 26 Dale Drive. In 2009, that committee ceased to exist, having worked tirelessly for almost 60 years on behalf of the community. On June 24, 2019, at a well-attended meeting in St. Lawrence's Parish Centre, those present unanimously agreed to re-establish the Residents Association. Thank you to everyone, past and present, who has contributed to making Redesdale Garden Estate such a wonderful place to call home. We look forward to your continued support for the current Residents Association. Enjoy the evening, and here's to 75 years of community.
Redesdale's 75th anniversary. Thank you all so much for coming out in such numbers. Just to give you a little bit of history on Redesdale. Redesdale was constructed in March 1949 with the first 100 houses completed in the July of that year of 49. Redesdale and the surrounding area at that time was out in the country, and you could walk up to the Tree Rock Mountain with just a few cottages on your way. Houses back in at that time were a total cost of £1,800, all with large gardens. Oh my, how things have changed since then. Just a little bit of my own family social history, just for the sake of it. My dad moved into 47 Dale Road in 1950. And he just got married, and his brother was coming across from Fairview with his wife to see the new house. So the two lads said to the two ladies, we're going for a few pints. So the ladies said, knowing the lads and their history, if you're not back here by 11 o'clock, we're going to lock you out. So those of you who are familiar with the Redesdale houses will know there's a little balcony over the doors that spans both next door and your door. So anyway, the lads came back after midnight, scuttered. So they were locked out, could not get in. So my dad noticed the little window in the small room was open. So he got his brother Clem to push him up onto the balcony, climb onto the flower box, up onto the balcony, put his hand down the little window, opened the big window and got in. Gave thumbs up to his brother, we're in. Walked down, and he's walking down the stairs, and he meets Mrs. Kelly, next door neighbour, who'd broken into the wrong house. I'm just imagining in 2025, if anyone did that today, what would happen? But that's that's certainly one memory that we were told about time and time again. So. The first meeting of, going back to the residence, first meeting of the Redesdale residence took place in 26 Dale Road on the 19th of June 1950. And that was the home of Mr. O'Connor, where Liam Kenny, one of our committee members, lives today. Past committee and residents from that time, from the 50s and 60s, just a few names that come to mind. Mr. Grace, Mr. Hegarty, I see Anna Hegarty's here, Mr. Semple, Mr. Caffrey, Jack and Jim Field, the Kinahans. Mr. Kinahan was responsible for a lot of the 16mm footage you'll see up on that screen from 1948 to the 1960s of the Redesdale sports. And sorry, I've lost myself. Where I here? Yeah, I'll just go on further with the names. The O'Byrnes, the Davids, I know Mary David is here, Laura Walsh, I know Laura is here. Barry Malloy is here, I see. And it's fantastic to see some of those original children of the parents still living here. That residents association ran for nearly 60 years until 2009. And on June the 14th, 2019, the Residents Association was resurrected at a very well-attended meeting in St. Lawrence's Hall, Kilmacud, ably guided by our chairperson, Tom Daly, for 4 years until 2023. I can't tell you how instrumental Tom was in making such a success of Redesdale residents we have today. And Tom is our current treasurer and looks after our finances. Tom spends a lot of time and effort every year in applying for our DLR grants to help run our association. Has been very successful to date, enabling us to purchase our own industrial-sized gazebo to run our events. We are indeed indebted to Tom for all he does for us, and I think Tom deserves a round of applause. There was great excitement when we resurrected the Redesdale Sports Day with a barbecue in September 2019. Once again, we ran sack races, egg and spoon races, three-legged races, and a host of other games and activities for the children in our community, matching and exceeding what our predecessors had originally started 75 years previous. At this stage, I'd like to give a very special mention to Mick Casey. Mick Casey does a tremendous amount of work for us. All the videos and photographs that you can see on the screen behind you, capturing all our activities throughout the years. Mick also sorted original footage from the early 50s and 60s and started in what is now Rathmore Avenue, then onto the Rockfield where the sports days were held. This can all be viewed on YouTube. And Mick also mentioned to me that if anybody would like copies of that, contact Mick and he can organise that through some type of technology that I don't understand. Mick also took videos and photographs of our current Santa on the Green Halloween Best House competition, our annual community clean-up days. Mick also runs our social media page, Facebook, etc. We are so lucky and privileged to have Mick on our committee. And on behalf of the committee and our community, I'd like to thank Mick most sincerely for all his work and efforts on our behalf. And of course, none of this would happen without the present committee, a wonderful bunch of residents who collectively make it all happen, not forgetting all the helpers we get to run our events, assisting behind the scenes for all our events. I'd like to thank Bernard and his staff for looking after us so well this evening, and he's generously given us some spot prizes as well. And Bernard asked me to say that, just to remind you, Scott's Restaurant will be running a very special Christmas menu for December, and I, for one, can vouch for this, as I've eaten here several times. I chefed for 50 years. The food is very good. It's on your doorstep. You don't need a taxi home. And thank you so much to Bernard for giving us the room this evening. Just on a sad note, just take this opportunity to pass on our condolences to Maeve O'Connell, our local TD, on the sad passing of her father last Sunday. Maeve was very much looking forward to be with us this evening. Maeve's been a great supporter of Redesdale Residents Association from the very start and always loved getting involved in all our events. Our next event will be Santa on the Green on Sunday the 14th of December at 3 p.m, where we'll have hot toddies and mince pies for everyone, and of course Santa will have a small present for all the children. Any of the previous residents, by the way, expats, whatever you want to call them, they'll be most welcome to come along to that day for Santa on the Green. You're most welcome to come along. You don't need an invitation. On your tables there, you have dingback sheets. I haven't a clue what they are. It's some type of a quiz. But please have a look at them, and we'll collect them later on, because there will be some prizes for that. Now, just before I hand over to Butch for a bit of music, is there anybody in the room would like to come up, say a few words? Maybe they have memories of growing up in Redesdale, stories, or any new residents who've just moved into the area. Anyone would like to say a few words? You can come up at any stage. We'll hand over to Butch, but if you'd like to come up, there's something you think of, you're most welcome to come up and have a few words. So I'm going to hand over to Butch for a little bit of music. And once again, thank you all so much for coming in such numbers this evening. Thank you.
Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like gold.